Hello, and welcome to the Nappies and Sick podcast, where we discuss all things little people. My name's Declan, and with me are my two co-hosts and fellow early years fanatics, Victoria Pickles and Charlie Land. Episode 2, The Terrible Twos.
Don't laugh. Why are you laughing? You just spoiled it.
Sorry.
Do. Hello and welcome to the Nappies and Sick podcast. Today I am joined by Victoria and Charlie.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, it looks like I managed to do a good job at removing Charlie's swear words in the edit.
That was my favourite
We
bit.
seem to be back again.
Shout out to Mum.
Just a random little plug there.
No, she watched the she listened to the other podcast while she was on a break at work, and obviously she had a 15-minute break.
God, I'm so sorry, Isabel, if that's how you spent your lunchtime. I'm so sorry. You can never get that time back.
But the podcast obviously is longer than her break was, but she couldn't figure out how to turn it off. So people were coming in the staff room as we were just talking from my mum's phone, and she didn't know what to do, so she just turned her entire phone off. Sorry, how do I turn it off? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
I don't know where she is. I'll have to get her to come say hi.
We'll get on next time.
Yeah, she won't know what to do. She'll struggle even more than Charlie did with plugging in her headphones. Amazing. So she just turned her entire phone off.
How are we both feeling this time round? How are we feeling this week? Are we feeling better?
Fairly normal.
Brilliant. Thank you.
How insightful. I'm more chill about it this week, although I'm doing the topics, so that's another thing.
We had a bit of feedback from the last one. I don't know if you saw on our Twitter.
I didn't. What did it say?
Put into this. Well, it was about you, Tori, actually.
What?
I say we had feedback, it was actually you. And a kind person called Thomas. Thank you, Thomas, for listening. Spread the word. If you would like to follow us on Twitter, it's at nappies_podcast. And Thomas said, he took the time to say, love Tori's suggestion, the first one.
Oh, yay! It was a good one. Thank you, Thomas. I also named this one. Thank you.
That's going to get her ego right up. Thanks, Thomas.
Yes.
Yay.
We're never going to hear the end of that. So I'm not going to speak a lot. Shame. I'm going to hand this over to Tori. Tori, over to you.
Right. I've also just found the thing on Twitter. Yeah, that's my friend Tom. I want him to watch it. So
Well,
thanks,
Tom, thank you for watching. Please spread the word.
As we said, this episode's Terrible Twos. I named it this week, and I think it's a lot better than the first one. I think Terrible Twos is quite an upgrade by me.
It's getting there. It's not. It's
I
not.
don't know what are we gonna do for 3.
Well, it's Charlie's turn. So, have you noticed? I keep passing the book every week. Every time we do it, I'm just going to keep passing the book and hope for the best.
Woo.
Sorry for that.
I feel like a big thing that's happened at the moment is obviously the Black Lives Matter movement.
Mm.
And I feel like we should mention it in our podcast to raise a bit of awareness about it. Because I took part in the Blackout Tuesday, with the black screen on your Instagram, and I've signed different petitions and things. I just wanted to know what you guys have done, or if you've done anything to spread awareness.
Not necessarily awareness. I didn't get involved in that Instagram thing just because I didn't want it to seem like I was being the typical white person trying to understand what black people have to go through. So instead, I went on Summon, so our university library, and I just sifted through a load of articles to try and educate myself more than anything. It was quite interesting because there seemed to be 2 recurring themes in most of the journal articles, and one was white people need to educate themselves about white privilege, and the other one was white people can never truly understand what black people or BAME people have to go through and face. from what I've read and what the debates are, it's like, yes, educate yourselves, but on the other hand, you can never truly educate yourselves enough to
Yeah.
know what Black people have to go through in daily lives. So, of course, I fully support the Black Lives Matter movement. That's not the organisation, but the movement in trying to raise awareness for Black people and the issues that they have to face.
What about you, Charlie?
I purposely didn't do anything for it, because I don't really tend to get involved in stuff like that on social media. But I do fully support the movement. I just haven't felt comfortable in my knowledge to actually do something about it.
Yeah, definitely. You don't have to do it on social media or anything. If you understand and you educate yourself, like there's a saying, I do not understand. I will never fully understand, but I do stand. And I feel like that's the message I've taken from this. Like, I'll never be able to understand because I am a white girl. I will never understand what it's like to be a person of colour or from the BME. So I feel like, I feel like I might do some research on Summon, which is our university.
We're in a really privileged position that we've got access to all those different journal articles from 2020 right back until God knows when. So yeah, it's a really good source of information.
Wow, this is quite a serious topic, a serious podcast.
That's what we do. That is what we do.
Really
we cover the issues that nobody else wants to cover.
I do feel like it is important for us to talk about.
Yeah, I was debated about doing it on the first one, but I thought, is it a bit heavy? But we've gone there now, so it's all right.
Yeah.
Right, should we move on to the next topic?
Let's.
Okay.
So, distinctly Charlie, I think we've all seen your most recent video of your mukbang.
Well,
was it with your brother and sister?
Yes, that isn't the most recent, though. There is another one, but
Tori.
Sorry. Well, one of your most recent.
Do your research.
Sorry.
I didn't know what a mukbang was before I watched it.
Well, I think I will be putting them more into my content purely because I don't actually eat as much as I should, especially when I'm at uni. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll do a mukbang. It'll make me eat. Yeah.
I don't mind
noodles.
mukbangs, but I just don't like, do you know when you can hear them like chewing?
ASMR. ASMR.
Oh, we can't mention that, Charlie. That'll have to be cut out.
Why not?
Why not, Tori?
I don't want to talk about it.
No, I didn't say just ASMR. I said ASMR mukbangs.
Oh, she's covered herself. We'll keep it in.
Oh wait, no, because it looks like I don't like ASMR now.
No, you don't like ASMR mukbangs.
No, I don't like I don't know. It annoys me when people like chew loudly. So when it's an entire video of loud chewing, but yours wasn't. So I just feel like it really made me laugh. And then the dog in the beginning, like trying to eat your siblings. What's the dog called?
Bailey.
Bailey?
Yep.
Don't be so surprised. Why are you saying it like that?
No, because I thought she said Ailey, and I was like, Ailey's not.
Why would she say that?
I don't know. I was like, Ailey's not a thing.
Nah, it's Bailey.
I have another one. Don't you worry, mate. It's another sort of not heavy one, but another like, because obviously this month is Pride Month, and I feel like I was as I was researching for what I was going to put on this podcast, I ended up reading an article about High School Musical. Did you all watch High School Musical?
What do you think?
Clearly we all did, because we're all in this together.
Oh, good one.
Thank you.
You're on fire today.
Thank you. But I read this article by, it was like a feature on the director of High School Musical, who is in the LGBT community. And it was to do with the character Ryan and how Ryan had the director wanted to put a character in there that was not stereotypically as masculine, but didn't feel comfortable making Ryan like openly gay. Apparently, this is what it said in the article, and because he had concern that it was a child's movie and what families had to say. And I was wondering what you guys would think, whether if this had been released in 2020, whether it would be different from when it was released back when we were children.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when was it first?
I think it was about 2006, was it?
Was it? That seems ages ago now, doesn't it?
I remember I watched it at when my babysitter came over, so I was about 5 or 6.
God, that takes me back.
I'll have a look.
I'm only 21.
But what do you guys think? Do you think he'd be openly a gay character now, or would he still not be? I know it's quite a tricky question.
Because now there's a lot more openness with actually coming out, or not even coming out, but acting like it and being themselves, as opposed to hiding in the dark. And we're a lot more for showing inclusivity nowadays, as opposed to shutting people out. So I actually think they would, in some way or form.
Yeah, I agree.
Not spell it out, not be like, oh, Ryan's gay, or be like, oh, Ryan likes this person. It'd be more like letting him be more open about himself, and maybe not making any queer remarks, but also not shunning the idea either.
Yeah, that's exactly what the director actually said. I got a quote and he said it was less about Ryan being gay, but more about him being able to show his true colours.
Yeah, like letting Ryan be Ryan.
Yeah.
I think as a society, though, we are becoming more accepting.
Definitely.
5-10 years ago, imagine including LGBT education in the curriculum, primary curriculum, and even less so in the early years curriculum. Well, it's not a curriculum, it's framework.
Definitely.
And it just wouldn't have happened. So I think it is a sign of how far we are coming as a society, and yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, I agree, because obviously we're teaching reception early years. I taught year 1 this year, which was the age I was when I saw High School Musical. Just like make children aware that, oh, you don't have to just like a girl doesn't have to love a boy type thing. Rather than just shoving it down their throats, they'd be like made aware. It'd seem, oh yeah, this is definitely just part of society, just like how a boy likes a girl. It's just exactly the same thing, and I feel like that's important.
I mean,
I just thought it was very interesting.
Let's just put it that way.
I think films, going back to the films thing, I think it should reflect, or all children's films should reflect society in general. So whether that's via race, gender identity, sexuality, children should be able to see themselves when they're watching films, or when they're going to the shop and they see toys, for example. And I think film companies and toy marketing companies have a responsibility to do that, to break down those stereotypes.
Yeah, and I also think, going a bit off topic from the LGBT, but representation of like a divorced family, or like a step family, or a single parent family, because when my parents divorced when I was 7, that was the first I'd ever really like known of or experienced divorce, or like nobody I knew or nothing I'd ever seen had a family that was separated. So I was like, oh well, why am I different? Why?
Yeah.
But I wasn't. But just because society didn't show it, I thought, oh well, if I'm not different, I'm different to the people I see on TV.
Well, exactly. In the films and on telly, it's always the prince meets the princess, all happily ever after in the golden castle.
Yeah, and I feel like, again, that does show representation to children. Obviously, when we're teaching, there will be parents who are same-sex or divorced or single parents, and a child shouldn't feel like they're different because of it.
Too right.
Even a child with just one parent, they shouldn't feel any different. Like, yeah. Because obviously you get parents who have a divorce and then they might only live with their mum or their dad, or they might be like me, because when my parents got divorced, I think I was about 3. So all I've known is living back and forth, essentially. So, like, it'd be like if my parents had never got remarried, or like, I don't know, if one of them wasn't around anymore, then what about single parent households?
Yeah, everyone should be represented, I agree.
Yeah.
I do remember watching TV shows where there was single parents. Well, I remember one specifically where there was a single parent, but it was... Did you ever watch Sweet Life of Zack and Cody?
Yes.
She was a single parent, but then again, they were living in a hotel. Like, it just wasn't
realistic.
But obviously it did make me aware of, it's just a mum and her 2 twins. Not everybody lives in a hotel. Does anybody else have any topics they'd like to discuss this week?
No, read another one off. Keep going.
I feel like, obviously, I do. It's another not serious-ish one, but also like one that's very prominent in society. The lockdown happening, obviously. Is it Leicester?
Yes.
That they've gone on local lockdown. Well, where I am, do you know how it's currently like ranked 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, mine's first. Never been so unhappy to be in first place in my life. I don't know. It's just, I suppose, because where I live, it's my nearest town. I live about 20 minutes from it, but Bradford has everything. So, like, there probably is more risk than a little countryside town, I suppose.
Yeah. It is worrying.
Because again, in Leicester, the schools have closed again, so...
Yeah, I doubt they'll reopen. I don't think they're going to reopen until September now, are they?
Yeah, what impact would that have on the children in Leicester compared to where children are going to school currently?
Well, it just puts them at a bigger disadvantage, doesn't it? I mean, especially children who aren't well off and do need that extra, not only academic support, but pastoral support from teachers and schools and what they provide, and free school meals, etc. We've heard a lot about that by Marcus Rashford in the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really tried to think too much about the topic because I can't do anything about it. Yeah, I don't like just watching and not being able to do anything. So like topics that I can't actually actively help.
Tell you what, though, on the topic, yeah. On the topic of lockdown, done about reducing or getting rid of social distancing in schools, aren't they now? Did you hear that on the news? Oh, Tori, you won't have heard it because you were asleep. But on the news this morning, there was one about getting rid of the social distancing.
I don't know how it's working anyway, because obviously we're not there currently.
Yeah, from what I understand it, they're going to be in bubbles, aren't they? If they haven't been already. But again, they're saying children aren't at that big of a risk compared to adults. That's why they're doing it. But we've not seen any evidence to suggest that children aren't passing it on to adults in school and nursery and educational settings. So that then puts the staff at risk, and especially staff who's vulnerable, so who's shielding, and shielders are being told that they can leave next month, on the 1st of August. So by the time September comes round, I don't know. I think we're going to be in a bit of a mess, really.
Yeah. Once again, the children aren't at risk. Children don't live by themselves. A child goes home, there is a family, there is possibly grandparents.
Possibly a shielded person.
Exactly. And what if that family already has another bubble with, say, like, another family? Does that mean that bubble doesn't happen anymore because the child's got a bubble at school? I feel like it's hard to just set guidelines because each school is different. Each like county, each city is different. It's hard.
It should be okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right, go on, T.
I feel like that's all my topics. Was it not enough?
That was great.
Okay. Thank you.
I think it's been a very deep one today.
Yes, I felt like I should come in and show that I am not just the outro Tory, that I am in fact
Seriously,
An intelligent,
I
strong.
won't go that far.
I know I wouldn't, but thought
Well,
it would
while
be
we're
good.
also on the topic of intelligence,
Yeah.
congratulations, Declan, for
Yeah.
completing your degree.
It's nothing. It's
Well done,
nothing.
Declan.
Honestly.
What did you
Only a
complete your degree
first.
with, Declan?
Only a first, but it's all right. It's
Woo!
nothing.
That is
We are
true.
extremely proud of you, though.
Well, thank
We
you
You did
very
really
much.
well.
And
Did
you also did
celebrate
very
with Mum
well.
and a cuppa?
Well, there's not a lot you can do, is there, in lockdown? Well, it's not lockdown anymore, is it? But I've not left the house, if I'm honest.
Limbo.
Yeah, just in limbo. So yeah, that's the best I could do at the moment. A cuppa, maybe a shortbread if I'm feeling a bit fancy.
Oh, I love shortbread.
Yeah, I know. Good Scottish shortbread. Shout out to the Scots. Please don't leave the UK. Well, we're on a deep topic chat.
And Charlie, we've managed to make it into third year, haven't we?
I know. I'm kind of shocked I didn't get referred. So,
How
was
do you
more of a
feel
case
being
of-
one of the last cohorts to graduate with an early years BA at the university? Because it's changing names from this year.
Is
It
it?
is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did not
it
know
is.
this. What's it
I
changing
can't remember
to?
what it's changing to.
ECEC.
I thought you just sneezed or something. ECEC?
Yeah, that's the abbreviation. It's called Early Childhood Education and Care.
I don't like that name.
It'll still be called early years in terms of society because it's a bit of a mouthful, but
Just a bit.
just
The
a bit. So
ECEC Society.
it'll still stick as the early years society because it is primarily early years, primarily. But yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I can change over social media to that straight away.
Too much effort.
Yeah,
No, I'm looking forward to third year though. I am.
I can't
Started
wait.
planning my dissertation.
Afia, what are you doing it on?
I want to do it on the experiences and communication of deaf children in reception.
Oh, that sounds like a hard one.
Just like how compared to probably mainstream compared to like SEN school. So
Yes.
I want to be an SEN teacher, so I want to do something related to SEN, whether it's to do with deaf or just experiences in general. I don't know yet. I'm just been having a nosy at different things. I'm currently looking at, it's not specifically about deaf communication, but I'm looking at communication in the early years. My mum's here. Do you want to say hi, Mum?
Hi everyone.
Just nearly finished.
Oh, well done, fantastic.
Are you gonna watch it in your break at Dunelm and then get it stuck again?
I will do. I always like to watch them.
Bye, Mum.
Brilliant.
She was so confused how to speak into the mic on my earphone. She was like, "What?" I went on Twitter. Do you know the Twitter news feed? And that's where I got like all of mine from.
Oh, is that cheating? Is that copyright?
Is it copyright?
Never admit to that.
Well, no, I researched and then found articles on there and then read articles.
And then you appropriately referenced with APA 6 reference.
No. I do not like referencing et al.
That was clever. Good, that.
Thank you. I'm the funny one on this podcast.
Oh.
That's a lie.
Well, you just said it now.
puns.
It's fact. So we should probably wrap up.
Yeah.
Did we do an outro?
I think
No idea.
so. I'm sure you can get someone together.
Tori, do an outro.
You do an outro.
No, you're better than me. I
Okay.
did the intro.
This is the outro. Bye.
Brilliant, really creative.
Thank you. I am creative. Hashtag creativity is my life.
I hope we filled your nappies and threw up all over you.
Oh, that's going in. That is staying in.